Hello everybody, this is Iced Blood. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We're going Heavensward, or so I'd like to say, and likely will want to say for quite some time. There's a lot of content to get through before we can go anywhere close to the actual expansion content. But there's good news. Today we are back on track for the main story. We're headed to Little Solace. We're going to talk finally to the Sylphs. But first, I'm leaving this fate in to prove a point, and that is if any of you are looking maybe to play the game, either alongside me or by yourself. I'm not judging either way. And you decide maybe to be a thaumaturge or black mage like Elion here. Use Scathe or Thunder or anything that's instant when you're dealing with a lot of projectiles and stuff like that, because these creatures here, aside from providing a platform to showcase just how atrociously bad I am at using the controller to select my targets, they have a bad habit of dying before I can actually get a spell off. And so you want to use your spells efficaciously, and you definitely want to be able to use something instant to tag enemies, because that's all you really need for credit for fates like this. For anything, to get credit for a kill, you just need to do a certain amount of damage. The best way to do that in a situation like this, where there's a lot of fancy projectiles and other explosions and things, the best way to do that is to do something that has an instant cast time and that is not whatever the hell that was. I don't know how I managed to get a silver for participation there, but I'll take it. Anyway, back to business. Here we are in Little Solace, and there we have our goal. That is Camuxio. We were told to visit him. Walking One is not familiar to this one. This one does not trust strange walking ones. Strange dancing ones might be a different story, but this one expects no such thing. Walking One should go home and leave this one be. The music in this area is very lilting but creepy. Okay, so we're going to dance, because that's how we greet sylphs, apparently, according to the last main scenario video that we did. So there we go, spry little dance. This one would welcome Walking One who moves like these ones. If Walking One would talk to this one will answer. This one is a busy one, so Walking One should speak with quick tongue. Hi. Walking One would bring gift to this one. Walking One is most kind. Alrighty, Milkroot and the letter to the Elder. Walking One brings Milkroot. Milkroot fills this one with great joy. This one gives thanks, gives many, many thanks. Okay then. So, looks like we've made our good impression. Walking One carries message for Elder One. This one will deliver the message to Elder One. Walking One should not worry. Hello there. We're envoys from Gridania, and we're here to treat with your people. Aye, we come to pay our respects to your elder, and to learn from him more of your Lord Ramu. You didn't dance. Who are these ones? These Walking Ones come from Gridania. Oh boy, here we go. Walking One became a dancing one and brought Milkroot, but Walking One tricks this one. This one does not like tricks. Oh, crap. This one will speak no more. Elder One is busy. Walking One should go home. Go home, you say? But the Sylphs of Little Solace have always welcomed Gridanian envoys with open wings. The letter carried by Elion here is an oath of peace penned by the Elder Seed Seer herself. Still you would refuse us? This one's reasons are no business of walking ones. Elder one has no words for Gridania. Walking ones waste everyone's time. Well, I never turned away at the gates. Whatever did we do to deserve such a rude welcome? Was Elion's jig insufficiently jiggy? I'm as baffled as you. But something tells me recent events have our erstwhile fluttery friends feeling uncommonly wary. It would seem we've no choice but to ask around and see how we might earn their trust. Well, maybe if you'd let me do it, it would have helped. But no, you just come waltzing right in. You don't even dance for the sylphs. You don't bring a gift like everybody said. You just want to piggyback on my hard work, and that's lovely. Good work, scions. Say, Leon, are you in the mood for dancing? Sure. That's right, dancing. You went through all that trouble to learn the sylph's traditional greeting, but you've greeted hardly any of them. While you're at it, why not dance for the Gridanians around here as well? Why, if I were a sylph, I'd be beside myself with delight to see an adventurer sharing my culture with his own kind. Me? Of course I'd be happy to Ow! Ow! There go those bloody leg cramps of mine acting up again. Oh, boy, here we go. Alright, so we're just gonna dance for people. Amixia is first. This seems more than a little odd, but, the music fits. I guess this is just part of the atmosphere, Walking one would be a friend to these ones. This one is overjoyed. But this one keeps the ways of weaving a secret. Even if Walking one learned the secret, Walking one could not weave in the same way. Uh-huh. I wonder if that has to do with the Beast Tribe quest we might end up doing later. You are not one of my targets. I mean, fellow, anyway. Zacchaeus. How about this? That's some fine dancing, friend. Well, if you're half as tall and twice as green, I might have mistaken you for a sylph myself. Was that a short joke? Any road, the sylphs are peaceful folk. Approach them with an open mind and heart, and they'll open up to you in turn. Alright then, well that's fine. Let's see. How about Nolexia? How about you? How's this? Yeah, break it down. Yeah. See? I'm friendly. Yeah. Ooh, Walking one knows Jolly Dance. Jolly Dance fills this one with good cheer. Let these two be friends. Excellent. That's exactly what I was looking for. Yes, let's be friends. All of us, let's be friends. Walking one has sprightly steps. This one is amused. But this one is still sleepy. Okay, well that went well. We'll just leave Polixia alone, shall we? Who's next? How about you? Elf, human? What are you? I don't know. How charming. You'll fit right in here in Little Solace. Be forewarned, though, such pleasantries will get you nowhere with the sylphs who dwell in the homeland. Well, I'm not going to the homeland, so that shouldn't be an issue. Hopefully. Don't quote me on that. We'll find out where we're going a little bit later, probably. Let's see about Delexia. What do they think? What do you think? How about my little dance for you? Do you like that? Yeah. Yeah, you like that, don't you? Ah, walking one is a friend to these ones, friendly like gracious elder one. The forest city knows how to dance into these ones' hearts. Sure, yeah, yes, absolutely I do. I know such things, yes. Okay, so we're headed to a bridge now. That leads deeper into the forest, into the actual Sylph lands. We will be going there eventually. That'll be a thing that we'll focus on a little later on. For now, though, all we need to do is talk to these guys over here, and that should be enough. I have no idea how to pronounce half of the Elazon's names. Merentier? Magnificent! You'd make an excellent ambassador to Little Solace, friend. Mind you, not all sylphs are so welcoming to outsiders. The woodland sprites would gut you before you ever got your feet off the ground. Oh, good. I'm glad we're trying to treat with murderous, rampaging, crazy things. This is wonderful. Oh, okay, granted, I guess if I took into account my kill count, that probably wouldn't be so different. But anyway, this one is a dancing one. This one is always happy to see dancing ones. Yes, we have dance diplomacy. I guess that's sort of like Dance Revolution, but the opposite. We're not trying to cause a revolt or anything. It's raining, I just noticed that. How nice. Okay, Leon, would you like to hear the good news or the better news? The good news is that your lovely dancings brought smiles and high spirits to all of Little Solace. The better news? Why, I've thoroughly recovered from those accursed leg cramps. Onward to our next adventure. Right, Ida. Perfect. Excellent. Okay, so... Alright, how about you? Are you slightly more reasonable? Let's try... Leon, as an adventurer, you're no stranger to helping distressed folk, I'd wager. This is true. Tales of good deeds are quick to spread. The adventurer who comes to the aid of the local populace can go from stranger to hero or knight. No doubt you see what I'm getting at. The sylphs who make their home in Little Solace do so having been driven from their woodland home. Surely they have their fair share of troubles. This is probably very fair. Yes, of course. Seek out troubled sylphs, and see what might be done to ease their worries. A sound plan, would you not say? I would say. That said, the sylphs are not known to share their worries with outsiders. You would be better off inquiring with Hera Emedia. Of the Gridanians who reside here, she is most likely to be privy to the sylphs' troubles. Well, we've already danced for her. Alright then, let's talk to Emedia. We could do some other quests here, but we're already ahead in terms of level, so it's probably not necessary. You've returned. Praise be to the elementals. I cannot express how happy I am to see an adventurer with a truly gentle heart. The sylphs of Little Solace are sorely in need of aid. Pray hear me out. Being a temporary settlement, Little Solace wants for amenities, not least a stout set of defenses. Consequently, beasts from mounds around are free to wander in and terrorize the hapless residents. If you could put down the Zizgorlins and Gall gnats that roam these parts, 5 of each should suffice. The sylphs and I would be eternally grateful. Furthermore, perhaps you could gather 5 brownie bushes as well. They play an important role in sylphic culture. I do not claim to know the details. And what with feral beasts prowling the forests, they're not easily come by. I see. Alright, when you're done with the deed, seek out Camuxio. He's slow to warm to outsiders, but your good intentions will not be lost on him. My own experience speaks to this. Well then, I suppose that will work. Fine. I will do it, I suppose. I want to check something else. Oh, that's what that was. Okay, so there's a little quest right outside town. and that's actually to help my retainers, which is something we haven't really covered. It's the way that you're able to access the market board, which is like an auction house and other MMOs where you can buy equipment and things from other players. This is to expand on what a retainer can do. You can actually send them out on missions for you, and they'll pick up stuff and they'll gain levels, and you pick a class for them and give them gear and all that kind of stuff. And we might as well do that here. Just, we won't cover what this goes into till a little bit later, till we're done with this lake, but since we're right here, why not? And this is much easier than that god's awful fate that I tried to do. Let's aid this novice retainer. Clearly she's shaken. "'Twelve bless you, adventurer. So focused was I on my task that I took no notice of the buzzards at my back." Sure. Alright, yeah, that's good. You seem confused. "Have you heard naught of Ventures? It is a service in which we retainers carry out procurement expeditions on behalf of our employers." "Alas, some are not wont to furnish us with sufficient equipment, despite the obvious benefits it would afford both parties." Has he been summoning me this entire time? Pray excuse me." "Forgive me, master, I was waylaid by beasts." "Yes, by a Lalafellan black mage. How did you know?" "Of course. As you wish." "It seems I must take my leave at once, sir, but before I go, pray allow me to thank you." "I have naught to recompense you with, but should you inform my supervisor, Parnell, of your deeds, I am confident she will see fit to reward you." "May we meet again, my friend, and do not forget to visit Parnell in the Shaded Bower." There's a version of this quest in each of the main city-states. I happened to pick up the one in Gridania while I was in the middle of some other things. I don't believe that's recorded, but it's a simple little thing. Basically, you run into a concerned adventurer who wants to find their retainer. You go out and find the retainer. You save them from whatever vicious beasts that they've gotten involved with, and then you can unlock the service for yourself. Now, as far as I know, your retainers will invariably succeed. I think it's just based on how much time you allot them per mission, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not too deep in the process myself. I've only ever done it on a different character. I unlocked the service and I played around with it a little bit, and it seems kind of interesting. Like it's a decent way to get hold of some stuff if you're in the middle of other things and you need some crafting equipment or reagents or things like that. And it's just kind of a nice little option to add a bit to your retainer. They get levels, and you give them your old gear that you're not using anymore, and it's a way to customize their appearance, if nothing else, which I kind of like. And then if you're like me and you always have a story in mind for pretty much everything in game, that's a nice little thing you can explore. And maybe your retainers have a storied past, and you figure out what all of it means based on whatever class you pick for them or what gear they're wearing, stuff like that. That's something I like to do. It's definitely not something that's required in any sense of the imagination. The game doesn't really offer too much in the way of customization options when it comes to storyline. There are plenty of RPGs that let you pick a background. Some of them even let you write out your own background that you can have on your character sheet and stuff like that. This one doesn't, but I do it anyway. It's just something that amuses me as I pass the time. So, okay. We're doing 3 things at once here. We found the Zizgorlins, those little dinosaur-looking things. Then we'll do brownie brushes. I'm not sure what these are for, and neither was Amedia, but I'm sure it's nothing illicit. It's not like the sylphs do drugs or anything. Whatever that milk root was. I'm not sure I trust it. But anyway, this is a pretty simple... it's funny, So it's such a divergence sometimes. Like, you'll have a quest that's like, go to this dungeon and save these people and fight off a god. And then you'll have other ones that's like, go gather this handful of things that the people need for a ceremony, and also kill some shit. It's not important. Go off and do our bidding, adventurer. Clearly, that's all you're worth. But it is interesting that this game does have a. Are we gonna let's see if we can't make up for our previous performance. Let's help this guy out. Let's help out Depeche Mode, because that was like a solid reference. Anyway, but yeah, like certain areas in the game, you'll have like the people there are really receptive to your character's presence there, and they'll speak highly of adventurers and what they can do for people and all that kind of stuff. You're the guild master at the Adventurers Guild, like Mamodi for us, or I think Mother Miyun was the other one. I forget the dude from the Drowning Wench, but for Limsa. But those guys, they seem to be receptive to adventurers and what they offer. But some people don't. We'll actually see a whole culture based around that whole hatred of outsiders thing as we get closer to the expansion, because the expansion centers around Ishgard, which is, I believe Ishgard itself as a name refers to a city, which might still be part of the continent of Eorzea, although I'm not positive. I'm not sure exactly how the geography works. But I do know that Ishgard as a culture, as a city, whatever it is, they're not all that keen on outsiders. They don't like interference. They don't like dealing with people that aren't of their own caste, of their own ilk, etc., etc. They're clearly, like, not the nicest people. This is usually a thing in a lot of stories where you're dealing with cultures, for some reason, cultures that live in cold environments, probably because of how harsh it is to live there. They're very, they're very harsh people. They don't have time for nonsense. They don't have time to treat with people nicely. They've got their own shit to do. They're living in the equivalent of the Arctic. They've got stuff they've got to worry about just to survive, so they don't really care about your feelings. And that's a common thread I've seen in quite a few different stories and things, and I'm guilty of the same trope myself. But, I don't know. This is a weird topic of discussion to get on, I suppose, because it's not like this quest was particularly like, oh, go and do my bidding. Imedia seemed nice enough. But the thing I notice is that there's any number of folks in games like this that are very much guilty of that. It's like, oh, adventurer, that's just a euphemism for homeless. Please, go do this thing and leave me alone. And yet, the main story has you, playing the part of a hero. So, But what will be cool, actually, is, and this is why I like, I've actually gone through all of this content once before. What's interesting is that the further along you get in the story, the more likely people are to remember you and know who you are by reputation, and it adds a little bit of, continuity to the world itself. So, all the stuff we're doing will pay off, eventually. Dancing One is still here. Dancing One can dance all night. This one's trust is not so easily earned. Yes. But look, I have, oh, they're mushrooms. Great. Dancing One brings brownie brushes for this one. This one can dye thread once more. This one is pleased. So that's what it's for. Dancing One kills bitey buzzy ones. This one hates bitey buzzy ones. Dancing One is kind. Too kind. Oh, great. Well, this worked out. Many walking ones come to these ones' abode, but few are friendly like Dancing One. Perhaps this one was wrong not to trust Dancing One after all. Oh, maybe it worked after all. Well, we will find out. We're going to end the video right here, and we'll see how Kamuxio thinks of us in the next episode. So I hope you enjoyed this. Return to form, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.